What's up? Welcome to Straight Outta Compin. Brought to you by Deal Sauce. I'm Jamil Damji, and I'm super happy to be here, guys. It's just me today, so it'll be a little less fluid because I got to come back to this chat and get the addresses and whatnot. But I'm just happy to be here with you guys. I think it's fun to comp properties, and I missed being able to be helpful to you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of this. And as you guys are maybe aware, I am using the most incredible platform in real estate investing, Deal Sauce, to comp properties. And if you have not yet had a chance to check it out, you should do so. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Deal Sauce. Go to rundealsauce.com. Rundealsauce.com. And you will get a 2-week free trial to see how you like it in comparison to the other platforms out there like Batch or PropStream or Privy. I think this is a very, 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 very great platform because it taps into the MLS. It has my comping rules, my appraisal rules embedded into its AVM formula so that it can kind of do quick comps for you, which I think all of us would really love to be able to get a quick idea of what our wholesale offer price should be and what our ARV would be. And so I'm going to kind of point those things out to you as we're looking at some of these properties. Now you'll see the algorithm isn't 100% right. It's going to be off by 10, 20,000 sometimes here and there, but a good idea. It gives you a good range, and that then should help you in your next move, right? So it should speed things up for you, which is why Pace and I developed Deal Sauce in the first place. Secondly, if you are going direct to seller, it's got access to incredible lists and skip tracing in it as well. And you can use AI tools that will help you curate those lists so that you're calling less people that are more qualified to be potential sellers of distressed property. So I won't dive into any of those features on this live stream because this is strictly for comping properties. You can join me on other live streams that I'm going to do about Deal Sauce and kind of the other features of it. This is strictly for comping properties, but I'm great and happy to be back. And I'm so grateful that you guys are joining me. So let's get to it, guys. Put your addresses in the chat. I will get through as many as I can in the time that we have together. And so when I do ask one thing, don't spam the chat. If you can hear that, please don't spam the chat. It makes it difficult for me, especially because there's just me today. Okay, so let's take it easy on that, and we'll start with Renaald's property here at Naugatuck. All right, 62 Homestead Ave, Naugatuck. So let me share my screen. There we go. And I will pull this up on my phone so that I have that address available to look at. Boom. And just turn my volume down. All right, let's go. 62 Homestead Avenue. Now, where is this? Connecticut. Cool. All right, 62 Homestead Ave, Naugatuck, Connecticut. I hope I'm saying that right. We've got an active property, been active 81 days. So the market has rejected the 275 price. It is a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, 1392 square foot home. This one was built in 1900. Okay, so it's old. It's going to need a full meal deal on the remodel, sitting on a 4,400-ish square foot lot. Let's see the comps. Now, I just want to point out to you guys, So here's where I think it's really cool that these tools exist, because you see this right here, this retail number. So this retail number here, this is where we think, or where the algorithm thinks the ARV is. And this wholesale number, this is where we think this would sell on a wholesale deal. So quick back of the napkin math, ARV might be somewhere in the 270 range, and you should be contracting this somewhere in like 160 if you're trying to make a profit on it. But let's see what we can find out now as we actually dive in closer. All right, so here we go. Looking at the comps, we're in this little section over here. There is a property right nearby, a 2 Culver. And that's 310. All right, that's not that's not a real sale, so we'll go back. Let's check out this 250. Is a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, 1236 square footer. All right. Oh, there we go. Nice. So where is this 250 on our list? Here it is, 45 St. John. When was this built? 1910. All right, so that lines up. It's just sold in September of 24. And its square footage also lines up, because it's within a plus or minus 100, 200 square feet. So that's actually 250 is pretty good. Now our subject again is 1392, so it's a little larger. So that probably pushes us up to the 260 range, which is kind of in line with what we had thought originally. Let's see what else we've got here. There's a 310. Here's that 310. This is 2 Culver. And this sold in December of 24. 1268 square feet. 1900 build. This is like right on the money, actually. So we've got a 310. That's this sale right over here. And it's pretty damn close to our subject. So I'm going to call it a 310. All right. So if we've got a 310 ARV, where does this thing need to get locked up in order for this to make sense? I would say a 1900 build is probably going to need a full-blown remodel. So I would be probably around 40% of ARV for that. So I'd be offering like 125, 130, 125 to 130. Now you guys can see the wholesale price here of 170. That was way too high. So go offer 130. This is about 40K too high. So again, can't rely on it all the time, but it's great for a quick reference. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Coming back, we've got 6774 Collier Road, Riverdale, Georgia. All right, let's see that. Here we go. Okay, we got a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, 2290 square foot home. Active on the MLS 11 days. It's listed at 90K. All right, so our algorithm thinks that this would sell somewhere around retail at 120 and should be picked up at around 70. I don't think that 70 is super accurate. But maybe 120 is. So let's see what this looks like. Not a ton of comps. My gosh. Okay. Well, I will take this over to Zillow It doesn't look like you guys came with me. So give me a second here. Let me share the screen again. And we'll check what Zillow shows us. All right, so here's our little area here. This is where our subject is. Way too big. See this 145 sale. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath, 1350. I want to get back to our subject and see. $2,290. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of square footage here, and I want to see what the year build is. 1972. Okay, so back to Zillow. This is too small. Let's check this again. That's too big. It's a little small. Here we go. We've got a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,088 square foot on a half-acre lot. It's sold at $280. Let's see when this thing sold. Zillow says it sold in February of 2025. That's our sale, guys. So I'm going to call this at $280. So if $280 is our ARV, you're going to need to do, you're probably in Atlanta going to need to be at about 55% of ARV on that. So about 150-ish would be ideal. Let's see what this thing again is listed at. Let's just go back to our listed at 90. So that tells you something. That tells you that this thing is rough. Rough. Let's see what they're saying inside. A complete renovation is needed. Okay, so you're going to need to be at like 35% of that. So that's where I got it wrong. 35% of that would be $90K is actually right on the money here. But it's 11 days on market. It hasn't gone under contract yet. So if I'm you, I would be offering 60K. Cool? On we go. If you're happy that Straight Outta Compin is back, can you let me know you're happy? I need the validation here. All right. On to the next deal. All right, our next one is 10917 West Tropicana. I'm looking for a new co-host for Straight Outta Compin. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. All right, there's our subject. Lots of comps in this one. My gosh. All right, so we've got our subject is a 26 build. No, sorry, that's not right. A 69 build, 1926 square feet. I mean, you got almost a solid comp right here at 10912 West Tropicana. Sold in November of 2024 for $433. All of this lines up, except that it's a little newer. A little bit newer. No, it's not. Sorry. It's a little larger. But, I mean, outside of that, guys, this is like almost bang on, even in terms of lot size. So I'm going to call the ARV 435. This is the guy right here. Let's just click on it and see what the pictures look like. Remodeled. That's her. She's pretty. 435 is the ARV. Sun City, Arizona. So that means it's going to need to be at a pretty, because we're talking age restricted over here. So if 435 is the ARV, I'm going to say I think you need to be at about 55%. So I wouldn't be offering any more than 240 on this one. 240. 240. All right? All right. Okay, on we go. All right, what does Michelle say? 312 Lavernia. 312 Lavernia. Okay. So while Straight Outta Compin has been gone, what have you guys been doing? You've been working hard? No, it's not. It's not coming up. 312 South Lavernia. Sorry, love. I can't find this one, Michelle. Can you just check the yeah, I tried 312 Lavernia. I'll try that one more time, but doesn't seem to want to populate. Just check the spelling. All right, what's the next one? I'm happy to come back to you, Michelle, if you figure out there's a different spelling for it. Marco, 5505 Elysian Street. $5,505 Elysian Street, Houston, Texas. We've got a 2-bed, 1-bath, 1135 square foot home. Our algorithm says 250 ARV, sells somewhere around 160, so maybe 140 would be your number. But let's double check that, of course. All right, what's this? You got an active. We have an active at 315 that appears to be only 100 square feet larger. Let's see that. Let's look at this active. From the description, I can see it's remodeled. There's not pictures here that I can see. So unfortunately, I can't tell that. But from the description, I can see that this house has been remodeled just based off of what they're saying in here. So that's an active, though. And I can't go off of active. So I've got to find some sales. There's a pending here. Pending is super helpful. What are we pending at? Doesn't say. All right, well, let's go to some sales. What do we got for sales? Here is a 432, 1176. 2 bed, 1 bath. Very close to what we've got. Let's look at it. $819 Graceland. Built in 49. All right. We're built in 45. I'd say that's our guy right there. 432. So 432 is your sale price. That feels super high. That feels really high. That sold in February of 2022. Wow. Let's see if we can find any more details on this one. 819 Graceland. All right. Well, I guess that's it. 432. In Houston, I would say you probably need to be at about 50%. And so 432, probably want to be somewhere in the 220 range on this one. 220. 220. All right. Belisario. 10031 San Anselmo. There we go. Southgate, California. Okay, we've got active for 69 days at 650. 2 bed, 1 bath. Built in 1931. 936 square feet. Okay. You've got a 2 bed, 1 bath. It's sold at 630. 825 square feet. This is our guy right here. So slightly, yeah, that they'd call that remodeled. You got, new kitchen, you got new flooring, steel appliances. This is great. So 630. Let's see if there was anything else that was higher nearby. What's the 730? It's right on the main road. And it's a 1927 build, slightly bigger. Let's look at it. Oh, that's wrong because it's now showing that it actually sold at 523. So that's that's not the right that's not a good price for us. So, or a good accurate comp for us. So I'm going to go back to our 630. Our 630 still looks pretty viable. And then lastly, I do want to check this last one at 706. Oh, that's across the road and down some. So let's call it at 630. 630 ARV. And you're in LA. So probably want to be contracting this thing around 400 to 430. 400 to 430. These guys are at 650. So these guys are above retail. So what I would do here, folks, I would let this thing sit. This isn't going anywhere. It's been 70 days. I would make an aggressive offer on this because these guys are like, they're just over ARV, and this thing needs a full remodel. So, take what you will from that, but you have leverage. You have leverage. All right, on we go. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm happy to be back too. Craig McDonald. $1338 East Elton Ave. Mesa, Arizona. Okay, we've got, this looks like it just sold. Sold in January 2025 at $277. Okay. So it's off market, I would imagine. And their cost is $277. Let's see what it's worth. All right. So you got a 428 here. Damn, they got a good deal on this thing. You got an active. Yeah, this 428 looks great. It's remodeled. 3/2/1433. Yeah, the 428 will land here, and it's right by our subject. Not far at all away. So 428, 430 would be the ARV. If 430 is your ARV, I think you got to buy it around 280, 290. They paid what for it? 277. So they bought it right at the right number. These guys bought it right at the right number. Maybe you can give them an extra 10 grand above that, but I wouldn't be paying much more. If these guys are trying to wholesale this, that's going to be problematic for you. But they paid the right number for it in January of 2025. All right. And again, guys, if you want to know what I'm using, go to rundealsauce.com. You can sign up for a free trial for a couple of weeks and try your hand at Compin properties yourself. right? Kenneth has one for us. 315 Pinewood Ave, Dundalk, Maryland. Not pulling up on Deal Sauce, so we will try for Zillow. See what Zillow brings up. Yeah, I don't know. I would check your spelling or the address on this one, Kenneth, because unfortunately, it's not coming up on Zillow either. If it's not coming up on both Zillow or Deal Sauce, my guess is you got the address wrong. Hi, Diana Hoff. I love you. Tony Alexander. What's up, my dude? That's my guy right there. All right, we'll go back to sauce. $814 Powder Horn Drive, Smyrna, Tennessee. Okay, active 20 days, $350 is what it was listed at. Looking inside, it's got some updated flooring. Otherwise, it's pretty dated. Houses like this do scare me a little bit, I have to say. Only because, see how they got some laminate flooring in here? So the guys who live in this house, or the guys selling this house, they think this is the most upgraded house in the neighborhood. I mean, anybody who lives, you're going to love your home regardless, right? But that does kind of scare me sometimes with sellers, because they're a little bit, they think they got more than what they got, right? But let's see what this could be worth. Diana, on questions you have on Deal Sauce, you can feel free to email support@dealsauce.io. Support@dealsauce.io. And if you are having a hard time with like any replies, copy me on it, and you'll get a response. Right. So if you got any issues with Deal Sauce, go to support@dealsauce.io. That's the email. Copy me, Jamil Damji at gmail.com. And I want your guys' feedback. If there's things we can do to improve, if there's bugs, whatever it is, Pace and I, we built this for the community. We built it for you guys to benefit from it. And, it means a ton to us that you're supporting it, but also that we can be collaborative with you in making it the best it could possibly be. So, any help that you guys can give us is greatly appreciated. All right. So we've got a 1980 build, 1375 square foot home, 2-bed, 1-bath. There's a comp here at 300 on corner. Let's check this 341. That's Pioneer. And this 365, that's on Pony. But they're much bigger. But this one here on Pioneer is looks like it's bang on. So let's check it out. 401 Pioneer. It's not bad. Little I'd still say this is a little bit dated. But that's sold for quite a bit of money in December of 2024, 340. So what's ours? What's going on with ours? And you guys can't see the screen I'm looking at. Sorry about that. I have to switch that because it opens up a new window. So my apologies. Give me a second here. Check this out, right? So it's not like this is like super renovated. 0.36 acre lot. So, decent sized lot. But not like super upgraded. So go back to our list here. What's this active like? A 3, 1.5, fully remodeled. 372. All right. Well, that nails it for us then. That gets you to about 350 for your ARV there, Tony. So what are they asking for this thing? What are they asking? They're asking 350. My goodness. Totally out to lunch. Completely out to lunch. That's what this thing is worth fully remodeled. Right? So, again, you just got an agent that's give it some time. 20 days I don't think is long enough. If 350 is the ARV, it's going to need, it's cosmetic. It's not going to need a full like gut remodel. But it's Smyrna, Tennessee. It's not like, the most decadent neighborhood in America. So I'd still say you need to be at like, I don't know, 60% of ARV at best. So I'd be at like 200, 210 on this thing. So they're so far out to lunch right now. It's not, I don't think it makes sense to give them a 200 offer at this juncture. I would call and start, planting the seeds that these guys are completely ludicrous. And I would ask the agent for justification on where they came up with the 350 number. But it's crazy. Especially when you have a fully remodeled one down the road at, like fully remodeled that just got listed at 375. And it's a little larger. Like that it shows you right there that this agent just did no homework. Either that or this seller was like, I want 350, and if I don't get 350, I'm not selling the house. Well, then you're not motivated to sell the house, bro. Just stay there. Yeah. And why haven't you guys hit the like button yet? Go hit the like button. You tune in. I like it. I want you here, but do me a favor. Do me a solid. Hit the like button so that other people who are in need of comping help can come and get that help. Cool? Show some love, man. Show some love. All right, who's next? All right, Diana's got one in Duncan. In Duncan. 24 Shady Lane. Duncan, Arizona. Woo! What do we got? Is this a mobile home park? I think it is. Okay. So this is a 7 mobile home park owned, 3 bed, 2 baths, 2 double wides, 5 single wides. Diana, I'm going to need to we have to look at this as multifamily, unfortunately, because it's going to be based on the P&L. So I can't give you an ARV on this without looking at the financials, sadly. So reach out to me offline, honey, because you know how to reach me. I can possibly help you there. All right, because this is going to be a lot more involved than just giving you like a number. I gotta look at the financials on that one, unfortunately. All righty, what's next? Oh, somebody asked, have I ever done stand up or an open mics? Man, I've done stand up. I did stand up for like 4 years in LA. I performed at the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, Hollywood Improv. Yeah, I did I paid my dues. I did my time, and yeah, I just never made it. I did all right. I got laughs, but it just never popped. It just wasn't for me. Maybe now. Who knows? All right, what is this? 1771 Hosea L. Williams Drive. All right, let's see what is it. Let's see what it is. There it is. 1771 Hosea L. Williams Drive, Southeast Atlanta. 3 bed, 1.5 bath, 1168 square foot home. Been active on the MLS 12 days. 350. Investor special. They're calling the remodel. Oh my God. So how does the agent justify even typing this? ARV is 750 to 899. I mean, that is $150,000 range on ARV is wild to even say, right? That's wild. How's there going to be $150,000 range on your ARV? Straight up. That doesn't make any sense. But let's look. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong. First and foremost, I see nothing in the 8s. Okay, so even putting 800 on your listing is irresponsible. Super irresponsible. My goodness. But we do have a 794. It started at 850 though. I just want to say, like, what did he say? I don't want to misquote this. What did he say? He says 750 to 899. Okay, 750. Do we have a 750? We got a 794. Okay, I give him a little bit there. But what is this 794? It is a 1930 build. Sold in April of 24. It lines up on square footage. All right. I mean, let's look at it. I'll move over to the other sheet here so you guys can see that. I mean, look at what they did here. Wow. Oh, is this new construction? You can't use this. Well, it's okay. Almost. It's not new construction. Is this new construction? They're calling it new construction, but it still shows built in 1930. So I'm not going to say it's new construction, but that does give you your 790 ARV. But if you got to rebuild this whole thing, then you're going to be at 30% of that 790, right? So let's do that. 790 times 0.3. That means you got to be picking this thing up at like 240, and they're asking 350. So they're still high. They're still higher than Snoop Dogg on a Friday night. That was not a good one. That wasn't my best joke. That wasn't my best work, guys. That was like dad joke. That was about as lame as it gets. All right, Domingo, what's up, dog? Let's check yours out. 817 Grape Street. I love grapes. Abilene, I can fly. Okay, what is it? We've got canceled listings. Status changed February 10th, 2025. It was listed at 65K. And not much else. Let's check the comps. All right, so this 144 looks pretty damn good. It's sold in August of 2024, built in 39, so it's just on the cusp, right there for square footage. I mean, and that's like the highest one we've got. We'll check this 169, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. That's a 32 build, 18 square feet. My goodness. Okay. All right, Plum. I see what you're doing here, Plum Street. Okay, so I'd say Plum is your one. All right, so Plum gave us 170 ARV. And this 180, I'd call it too far. So 170 on the money. What was this listed at? It was listed at 65 and it canceled. So, and it's not terrible inside. I mean, that might be a deal. 180. I mean, if you can get it at that 65K mark, I don't think that's a bad deal. Straight up. I don't know why this canceled. So maybe their phone blew up when they listed that thing, and now they're like, oh, maybe we got this number wrong. Domingo, what you contract that at? Let me know. Let me know what you contracted at. Ooh, the chat is going crazy. Locked it up at 55, dog. Domingo, what did you get for ARV? Let me know what you got for ARV in the chat, Domingo. I think you got a 180 ARV. And you locked it up for 55. Let us know what you have for ARV. I think you got a good deal there. Domingo, I think you can sell that thing for 65K. Lickety splickety. Go make your money. About 175. My man, dog. See, Domingo knows what's up. He's putting in the reps. If you guys are doing deals out in Texas and Abilene, Texas, hit up Domingo. He's got a deal. What's up? What's up with you? Gonna go. Wait, who's coming to Squat Up Summit? Who's coming to Squat Up Summit? Giancarlo, thank you, bro. This hit me. Hey, Jamil, just started watching your mindset videos, and I love your awareness and your spirituality resonates. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I put a lot of my soul into those mindset calls, and so it's what lights me up, and it even lights me up further when I hear things like that. It's helpful to you. So thank you. It means a lot. Let's see. All right, so she got another. We'll try this again, Michelle. We'll try it again. We'll try it again. We'll see what we can do with this one more time for you. 312 La Vernia Street. Nah, man, what is up, Marion, Texas? I don't know, honey. Let's see if I can pull it up anywhere else on the internet. Okay, how about that? Let's try that. So I mean, it's real. It's a real house. Let's check this on Zillow. 312 Lavernia Street, Marion, Texas. Okay. Now you guys know I can't pull comps on Zillow, but we can do a little bit of like backwards, kind of like reverse engineer it. So let's do that. So we got a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1714 square foot home, 1 story. Built in, they don't know, but I'd say early 1900s. 191 days on Zillow. Oh my God. 190 days, dude. What's the matter with these guys? Why? So I want to see what's active. So this is active at 159. What's this 155? Okay. I just want you to see what 155 gets you. 155 gets you like turnkey, right? You see this? 155 gets you that. This is 160 and it's like not turnkey. Needs everything. So they're off. These guys are super off. I think the ARV on your subject is where this thing is listed at. And so what you need to do is probably offer 75. I'd go offer these guys 75K, Michelle, because they're crazy. They're crazy. Angie asked me if I have new comping rules available for 2025. I do. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which you're on right now, then you can look at the new Comp Like a Pro video that I released a couple of months ago. It's got the new updated rules for 2025. I added aspects to it as well, like looking at other features that affect appraisals. And so I would highly recommend watching that video. And I'm going to keep adding to that one and putting out newer installments of Comp Like a Pro as the year goes on. So Angie, go check out my the current Comp Like a Pro video, and it would be super helpful. Jeffrey asked, why can't we pull comps on Zillow? You can pull comps on Zillow if it's not in a non-disclosure state. So Texas is a non-disclosure state. What does that mean? That means that when you buy a home in Texas, you are not required to disclose how much you paid for the home. You can say, I refuse to disclose. And then the values are not shared with the public. And because Zillow doesn't get their data directly from the MLS, which DealSauce does, DealSauce can get comps because DealSauce gets data from the MLS. It costs us crazy amounts of money every month to tap into the MLS, right? So Zillow doesn't want to pay that money, even though they're a multi-billion-dollar company, and Pace and I are not multi-billion-dollar people, but whatever. And so when you're in non-disclosure states, you got to use other platforms like DealSauce. Why I think DealSauce is preferred to like PropStream. PropStream doesn't get direct to MLS data, so it's coming from a third party, which means it's not super accurate, and that can affect you when you're making offers. Cool. Keisha said, made an offer of $70K last week on one. No response. What should I do? Try again soon. Keisha, I would just call the agent and talk to them. Just like chop it up. Say, hey, checking in on this house. You don't even have to mention you made an offer on it. You can just pretend like, here's something, a little secret I want to share with you guys that you may not be aware. Nobody remembers you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, I'm saying you might think that this agent remembers you made an offer at that price last week. It's highly unlikely that they do. So you can just pick up the phone and start over again. Like, oh, hi, I'm calling about this property on 1207 West 35th Street. So seeing that it's been listed for quite a while, what's happening with that one? And then start the conversation, and then start asking questions like, how did you guys come to your value here? And you can also start talking about the days on market and how one of the best pieces of information that I say on calls to agents these days is I'm just sharing and explaining to them that it is a sleepy market out there. Retail buyer demand has never been lower. And what does that mean? If retail buyer demand has never been lower, what does that mean for us in wholesale? Anybody know? If retail buyer demand has never been lower, what does that mean for us as wholesalers? Yes, Oscar just says money. It means money. Thank you, bro. That was dope. What it means is, guys, Void is the best. Reach out. This guy's dope. Jeffrey says, we get lower prices. Yes. Diana says, we win. Yes. Just J. Julius says, deals. Yes. It's an open ocean. Yes. Y'all are catching on here. Yes. That means we can get in there and we can make aggressive offers. And we can get those offers accepted. So don't be scared. Don't be scared to make aggressive offers. Don't be frightened to have conversations. And also remember, guys, a deal isn't done until it is sold. So if somebody rejects your initial offer, keep following up. The deal's not done till the deal is gone. Cool. Thank you all for joining me today on the first episode of Straight Outta Compin since its hiatus. I really appreciate it. 83 of you have hit the like button. There's 110 of you still here on the stream. If you would kindly just hit that like button for me, it means the world to me when you do. It helps the algorithm. It helps more people see this. And that's a nice thing. because I'm, spending my time helping you guys. So a little likey poo goes a long way. Folks, I'll be doing this every week. So thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Just remember, all of you, you got this. You got the whole week ahead of you. You're God's kid. And what is it? What can God's kid not do? Right? So get out there and do that, God's kid. Take care. See you next week.